So I got here and I'm writing it out. A, B, C, D, E, F. I got the F. I was like, oh fuck. Because I'm just there looking for material to write fiction on. I'm figuring my split personality is, my insanity was just a good source for fiction fodder. Then I saw BF. And I asked dude, I said, can I go get drunk for the weekend and come back on Monday? And he said, yeah, just don't get arrested or killed or some shit. And so I went and got drunk. Partied around, shit, didn't get arrested. I remember like Monday, I was like waking up like, holy crap, I'm lucky I ain't fucking jail. But anyway, so like under the bridge. I'm living under the bridge at the time. So, but I run around raising hells about the weekend. Anyway, so then I drew the whole thing out as like BFJ. Well, my middle name's Joseph. And then it's got like R, Robert. It's like, God damn, Bobby Fontaine, Joseph, Robert. It's all on that same fucking line. And that was about all I noticed at the time. Other than AE right next to it. Because when I was writing it out, I go A, B, C, D, E, and then I say AE for, no, that's what happened. Yeah, it was A, B, C, D, E, B, F. I was like, oh, fuck, G, H, I. Well, see, Albert Einstein, A, E, I. And then M after that, but the N's right now, whatever. I was like, A. That's when I said, all right, I'm going to get drunk. I was like, this is getting big too much. But there's in the third and fourth section, there's a bunch of people there's a bunch of stories in there too, that I saw later, I was like, oh my God. But then it's like, I was born in France, FRN. I was born in Verdun, France, VRN. Which was like Verdun, like that's the bloodiest battle. It's a really gory, nasty fucking history behind it. A lot of fucking, like the bloodiest battles, the stupidest fucking bloodiest battles ever fucking fought were there. And a few different times in history, like, cause it's this place where to come down from Germany into France, you get, it's like you have to go that way because of the mountains or some shit. So it's like lots of battles get fought there to try to get in and keep people out of France. But so it's got like France, Verdun, where I was born. It's got my fucking full fucking name. And then it's got like, it's hard to explain this part, but like, so I won't. That's just, that's not to the point. But there's a lot more stuff in that one line. Okay, so I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, dude, if I was like part of something, whatever the fuck this is, seemed like I'd know it. I mean, I was thinking, I'm like, hey, guy, you fucked up, man, because, like, I don't know, like, what the fuck I ain't the devil, I ain't God, I ain't Jesus. Like, it seems like if it was anybody else other than me, I'd fucking know it. I'm just Bobby Fontaine, the guy, not Bobby Fontaine, whatever all this is. So I figured, hey, the universe made a mistake. Or what I figured was that the universe is like everybody, they go to church on Sunday and they all pray. And the Muslims pray all fucking time. And the Jews do whatever the fuck they do. and all their books and texts and reading and studying, which is all like just some insane shit. I mean, it's all got real allegories and the stories are all got real meanings, but they don't tell anybody what it is. So everybody's praying on all this nutty stuff. Not, just thinking a bunch of stuff that don't make no sense. And they're spitting it out into the universe. And the universe been listening to it for thousands of years. So, and it's out there with nothing to do. So it's like, it comes up with this code, you know. It's like it's fabricating the end of the world because that's what everybody's praying for. They don't want the world to end, go to heaven. And so God's assigning everybody all these little roles, like all the other people I see in this. My wife's in there, Cecil's in there, my dad. There's all kind of. It's telling a whole fucking story. I mean, and it's telling a story that happened. Well, that they tried to make happen. That would have happened if I let them. You know, but so then. So I'm like, this thing fucked up, man. It's like it's stuck. It's taking us to the end of the world. Oh, because I watch the news, you know, I follow everything going on in the world, and I was like, oh yeah, I see where it's trying to drag the world over the edge of our prayers. You know, of the prayers from the insane people has driven the universe nuts, and now it's doing all this whack stuff, and it's done dragged me and my family and all these people in the middle of it. And oh my God, what am I going to do? So I walked on the street. I walked for 12 fucking years thinking this shit come from the universe, trying to figure it out, trying to figure out the universe, you know, figure out the dead and how to reorganize them to not burn the body. Well, there's just so many long stories, but to keep on point. 12 years of that shit. Figuring this shit out or not. I mean, I did. I finally moved in here and I started writing a fiction book with this, you know, telling the details in the story that, you know, if I could sell the book, if I could write the book well enough and I got a big enough audience, then, some scholar somewhere might write me back and say, hey, man, I know what that shit is. That's some fucking metaphysics, some secret shit, you know. And they tell me what the hell it is. You know? If nothing else, I like to write and maybe make some money. So I built this fiction foundation for the book, told this little story, and I was just getting to the part where I could talk about this shit. And I was like, I was working for an office moving company, like day labor, so you get paid at the end of the day, so I can get drunk, cigarettes, whatever, I was on. I completed page 100. And that night when I got home, it would be the beginning of starting to tell the good stuff. It wasn't that much fun writing the fictional lead up to it because I just really wanted to get to this stuff. And it's like, oh boy, I finally get to start putting in this stuff because then I'm going to get an idea if I thought the whole thing was going to work. You know, it's like I wrote 100 pages I hadn't written before except for an essay once in school and at college. And so 100 pages was quite a thing. And then we're on the way to the office we're going to move, which is CIA. Because CIA paid scale wages. You got $2 more an hour, and I learned that my first day. And so I was always getting on the crew that was the guy who always got to do the CIA. You know, like he had his own car and he was a driver, so he got to pick his crew, and they always gave him CIA because he, you know, that's his place in line or whatever. So we got to cover, and so we're on the way there. Well, this was like the second or third day CIA, but we were just doing all these little satellite offices around CIA headquarters. Like they were fake. They were like companies, but they were, he's like, well, if you're with me, everything you go is CIA. They ain't going to tell you, but don't look at anything. Don't pick up anything. Everything, you know, it's like we just go in, we do our fucking job, and we get out. And so then this time we're going to CIA headquarters. I'm like, whoa, dude, CIA headquarters. I was like, they're going to let me in the CIA headquarters. Wow, that's a trip, you know, like. So So on the way there, he's telling us, you know, he's pointing out like offices all over the place. That CIA, that CIA, that CIA, that's it. And then he pointed to this one building by Tyson's Corner. And he was starting to tell like it was an office complex, but it had a kind of a discreet back office entrance that was separate from the rest of the buildings. And that was a CIA thing. But he didn't tell us that. He was starting to, and I interrupted him and I said, yeah, right. Like it's not, you don't go in the front of the building, like you go around back and you curve around. I gave him the directions and told him and told him what the office looked like. And it's around the back, so I can't see anything. And he looked at me like, whoa, dude, how the fuck do you know that? You know? And well, my father had taken me there once. And he made me wait in the car. And I don't know he's CIA at this point. He's just a government, just a contractor. So it's hot as fuck. So he leaves me in the car. He said, I got to go in here for a few minutes. I'll be right back. I said, well, I'll come inside. It's fucking hot, man. And you can see the pretty receptionist. I said, I'll talk to that fucking girl. You know, like, I want to get inside. He said, nope. You can't come in this one. Sorry. All right, well, hurry the fuck up. Give me the keys. I said, give me the keys. I listen to fucking radio. And it got hot. And he was taking too long. I was like, goddamn, well, I was looking at the girl, you know. I was like, all right, fuck it. I was waiting till long enough time I had a good enough excuse to go walk in the door. So I was like, all right, let's go. Yeah, I'm walking and looking at her, heading to the door. And then she like gets this look on her face and she says something. And then my dad turns around. He comes walking. He gets there before I get to the door. And he's like, look, you really can't come in here. Just wait in the car. I'll wrap it up. We'll go in a minute. All right. I was like, all right, cool. And I'm like, that was weird. Whatever. Well, when they pointed that office out to me and said it was CIA, I was like, whoa! I'm riding in the car on the way to work, and when he said that, and then I said what I said about the office, and then he looked at me weird, like, how did you know that? I was like, oh my fucking God, my fucking father's CIA. And I was like, and they were all culty. I mean, we grew up in the cult, you know, New Age, following gurus around, meditating, you know, like we grew up in all this brainwash culting crap. And they tried to lure me deep into that. They were always trying to lure me into some kind of fucking institutionalized game that I could just like march to the top of and, you know, get a bunch of pussy and money, and then they start tightening the screws, and I don't want to give none of it up. So I do their fucking, do their bidding and shit. Or, really what they do is they get you in, and then they compromise you with a little boy or a little girl or something, anything they can get and work you in. But, it just flooded me, like, oh my fucking God. These fucking cocksuckers, all the 12 years walking on the street thinking about this shit. And it just I felt like an idiot because it was all so fucking obvious. It's like, oh my fucking God. Yeah, but see, the thing is, that's where I met the Indian spirit. That's where I met the ghost. That's where I learned if feeling you is real, because I didn't know it was fucking fake. So I had to fucking make all these assumptions that I'm out here running around fucking tapping into all this kind of energy that I have proof is real. Because look at that. Where else could it have come from? So I believe my faith was so strong that, anything was out there, I fucking found it. And there was shit out there, and I did fucking find it. And then, what the hell is that? Oh, the screen went on. Fuck, that freaked me out. So that came out of it. It was brilliant. Accidentally brilliant. But not so accidental either, because there's lots of other stories. But anyway, so then the next thing is like, so I started digging into my dad, and it's like, boom, 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 boom. Oh my fucking God. These fucking assholes, you know? But I forgot all about the Maine thing because I never paid it any attention. The big secret thing in Maine, like, they didn't tell me what it was, and so what did I have to remember? There was just nothing there. You know, it's like these fucking idiots. You know, whatever, dudes. I ain't playing. You know. Anyway. Yeah, that's the point. Yeah. The whole point of these videos has been to explain my insanity, my schizophrenia. You know, it's like you try to tell this story, and I tell you, like, oh man, get away from that guy, he's nuts. It's like, well, I don't know. I didn't do this to myself. You know, the people that did this to me are nuts. You know, it's like, yep, there's a guy inside me. You can pretty well see that in front of you, right? Because I didn't know any. This shit came out of me. I didn't even know there was going to be anything there. I was just going along, like, this is cool. And then it gets to here. And even there, 12 years, I fall innocently for this bullshit until I find out it's all. And it's like, and it's like, okay. Oh, that's another long story. Anyway. Yep. There's my split personality. Yeah. Well, see, it's like, it's another long story. Well, we'll leave it there, and the other stories will fill in as time, because there's so fucking much. I mean, but it's all like, it's like I said from the beginning, like, I let the shit go on because it's like, make really good stories to write books about, write movies and shit, and it just never stopped. It's like, that's, I would have stopped and wrote the first 100-page book and if it sold, I'd fucking, drag myself. I just partied myself out to death. I didn't give a fuck. I do now. Yeah, when I did, though. I did. It's weird. It's like, I had to not give a fuck for them to leave me alone. So, I mean, I had to go rogue in a way that they didn't think I had their shit, or that whatever I had, like getting arrested and going to mental hospitals and all that, doing all the crazy shit that fucked up my record, made me look like a fucking idiot. It actually protected me, because it gave them confidence that if I ever woke up, because see, I didn't know. See, they watched me burn my initials into my arm. They watched me put the tattoos on my arm. So they fucking knew. They knew dude was in there. I didn't. And they let me go. Fucking scumbags. Really? Yeah, but see, now they would come back and take credit for my life, because they would say, but if we hadn't done that, you never would have got here. It's like, right. But the whole thing that led to going to Maine to trying to get a non-disclosure agreement was because I had this idea of suburban plantation gardening that would change the world. And here I am doing it, and I can look out, I say, yep, nope, this would change the world now, and it would change the world then. It would have changed everything if for no other reason I was the one behind it, because I would have been leading that charge and building castles out of trash. All my ideas would have gone that direction instead of this fucking stupid ass motherfucking bullshit these cocksuckers fucking do now. Which all seems to be like, whatever. I'm going to go. Goodbye, baby. I'm going to kiss this. Wait a minute. How do I do that? Oh, yeah. Here I am. Goodbye, baby.